Hi and welcome to the DE Physical Education Flipped Learning videos. Hi, within this section we're going to look at using a template, and specifically in the assessment feedback template I've been using with my students. It gives students the opportunity to get individualized feedback and sort of hits home really what they need to improve on with their various different areas, because obviously every student has a different area of improvement within their exams. For the names, I've changed the names based on a list of English baby names, so if anyone's looking for a new baby name, have a look here for some names beginning with A. Right, so I'm going to start backwards. So this is the end product I want to get to. This is my assessment sheet. It shows the student's name, their current level that they're working at, and their current old level they're working at. I use this one just to make it a little bit clear for myself as the transition from the old curriculum to the new curriculum in terms to where a student's at in regards to their grade. You don't have to add this in, you can easily just take it out. For the next bit, I've looked at a section of what they've done well in. So just to make it easy, I'm just going to highlight the areas that they've done well in. So the green section is where they've done well, and the second section is where they need to improve on. So within the first one, they've worked really well at question 5 and 6, added that in, and then they've got the written question for these two numbers. So for question 5, it was evaluate the need for an endurance athlete to maintain a balanced diet, and for question 6. The same thing for the ones they need to improve on. So they've got 3, 4, and 5 is the areas they need to improve on, and then gives the written example here. When it came to lessons, we then looked at they had to re-answer the areas that they've struggled with, and they had to give the perfect answer for those 3 different areas, starting to develop that understanding and getting to think about where they're at. Additionally, I then added teacher feedback, so every individual student gets teacher feedback. Instead of me writing out every single one and then putting it into this template, with a mail merge, it allows me to give the whole class their feedback pretty quickly. To then take it a step further, I had the QR code here, which students can scan with their device, which takes them to the YouTube channel, which gives them perfect examples from the mark scheme for these different answers. Just as we look here, same as before, if we flick through, you can see that the different students are getting different individualized feedback. Some have done much better than others, just as I flick through. Right, so I'm going to show you how to use a template and then use the mail merge. Here's one I made earlier, Blue Peter style. So here's my template. You can literally add whatever you want. So these are just tables and I've just added them in. And again, you could change them if you didn't want the old money one. We can get rid of it and we can have it like this. Once you've got your template set up to how you want, I like to make sure that it all looks perfect before I then add in the data. This bit is slightly different. When it comes to adding into a template, you need to make sure you've got the Excel sheet set up beforehand. So here's one I made earlier. And here's my full list of exam technique. So I have the name, I have the comments I want to give the students. I also worked out their result, their grades, their grade in new money, the positive questions, so this is the sections that are in green, positive question 1 and 2, positive written question 1 and 2, and then question that needs working on. Question that needs working on written, and continue. I basically, as I was marking the exam, just filled in this spreadsheet, and then it gives me all of my information straight away. If you wanted to take it a step further, you can actually just type in these numbers here, and then have this section set up as a VLOOKUP, and it will look into a different spreadsheet and find the data. However, to keep it nice and simple, I literally have just typed it in for each kid. So once it's all set up, you need to make sure you save this document and close it. So save, close. Find your template. So here's my template. I then need to link the template to the Excel spreadsheet. So click select recipients, so mailings, select recipients, use an existing list. I then need to find my spreadsheet. I then need to make sure I've got the right tab. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the section that's in my template. So for here, name, I'm going to insert name. Assessment level. and then you go through each section and we just add it in. I'm just going to do a couple of them here just to give you an example. Negative ones, work, the written one, and then we're going to add in the comments. Again, just like before, to make sure that I know that it's working, I'm going to click Preview Results. It then adds in the information from the spreadsheet. I find this a really powerful tool for the students. It shows them exactly what they've done well in and exactly the areas for improving. To me, this is the bit that is more beneficial than this whole top section. They then can look at what they need to work on, and then they can link this back to your feedback, back to a model answer. Obviously, you don't need to use a YouTube channel to show the model answers. You can give them model answers on the board. You can print off model answers. Any sort of method is fine. But just like before, as I click through, it's changing for each student, changing their grades, changing their comments. When I want to come to print, again, I go Finish and Merge, Print Documents. I go up to the end of my class, so there's 11 students in this class. I press OK, and it's just like a normal printing. Press OK again, and it goes off. If you have any questions, feel free to email or tweet me at damianedwards@kingsalbarshire.com or Damien_10 on Twitter.